Class in this session, guys. What's up? This is Professor Ganymede. We got here another viewer gameplay that we're gonna analyze, and this is, drum roll please, Hollow May Contain Games. He sent me his gameplay in my commentary, so if you have gameplay, put it in my commentary. I may analyze your game. Here's a match of Lucio from today. I just got the feeling that I'm not a good Lucio, but I'm not exactly sure how I can improve. Well, that's why you watch the professor. We're going to teach you right now. Let's get started. Alright. Here we go. Prepare your defenses. Temple of Anubis defense. Alright, let's see what we do here. Gotta play some defense. I've already watched this gameplay, but now we're gonna do some in-depth analysis. Alright, so just drop around and get the app. There you go. That's what I like to see. Getting the app on those peoples. Now, I'm not sure whether or not he's done this, but what he needs to do is check the enemy team to see what the threats are. He knows they have a Reaper. He knows, I believe they have a Pharah. He needs to check those. He hasn't checked yet. So that's one thing he can improve upon for a later date. He needs to watch his positioning here because he knows there's a Pharah. He needs to be either right off to the side on these stairs where there's very poor line of, the enemy has very poor line of sight from that top little ledge there, but he has good line of sight to the bottom, or he used to be behind this pillar on the right and use that constantly to weave in and out of line of sight until corner peek, like right what he's doing right now. Like just being out here, like where he was, that's not very the best positioning. He wants to work on that positioning. Positioning is extremely important, pretty much on every hero. Alright, now he's kind of get elevated, kind of failing here. It's okay. It's okay. We have Lucios of all elevation levels. This guy practice. This guy practice. The Lucio dropped the beat. He did back off there. He wants to kind of go. This Reinhardt's going extra ham because Reinhardt got the Ana ultimate. That's nice. Hey, he actually took out that bomb. That's nice. This is it. This is all good. This is all good. Nothing, no. It's all good. Continue doing this. Alright, now his Reinhardt is hurt. He needs to amp it up. He needs to amp it up. Oh, he's going to let him heal, passively. But, I mean, you want to amp it up because that's the most efficient way to heal. Come on, amp up. There you go. Want to use your amp a little bit more efficiently than that. But, you know, he did it. He did it. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. He got his ultimate. He announced it pretty much as soon as he got it. That's what I like to see. That's what I like. Now, he doesn't communicate in this game. So, I mean, I'm not sure what the communication level of his team is. I mean, he's like ranked 55. But still try to communicate. You want to always try to communicate because you never know who might be listening. So you always want to be in voice chat. It's dropping down knowledge, dropping down enemy locations, dropping down the status of your ult. Telling people that you're healing, which means you tell them inadvertently that your heal is on cooldown because you just said you're healing. Now he's on the ground here. This is really risky. He didn't really hit anyone with that ultimate there. He tried though. He needs to get elevated. Oh my god, he's running. So what he needs to do is not be here. So what he needs to do, I don't think I made a video about this, but he needs to use that little ledge to slide. Let me see if I can pause it here. I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. So he's just on the ground fighting. This is a very bad position here. Okay, so you see this little bridge here? He needs to. You can slide on this wall, slide over here, and then slide up here, and then be up here shooting down at the point. Right? That's way safer. And the thing about it is, he's not going to contest that by himself. So he needs to be safe in this situation instead of being on the ground. Like that's not really going to accomplish anything. He's just gonna die, and then his team's not gonna have heals. I mean, he needs to be alive. He needs to be alive. But I haven't made a video about that, so it's not very common. I don't expect him to know about that. Now, right now, he just spawns really gung ho, and he notices that two of his allies are coming off of you know, coming back from death, and he turns around to get them, which is good. But he wasted his speed buff, so he couldn't speed them to the next point efficiently. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Now, right here, he needs to get elevated. Just running on the point. There's already someone on the point contesting it. He doesn't need to be on the point. He desperately does not need to be on the point. Come on, Ep. There you go. You know, he didn't Ep as soon as he could, but he got the Ep. He needs to be elevated again. He can get on, from here, he can get on top of this little ledge and be knowing it that way. Now, I don't think, yeah, as long as there's one ally contesting that thing, he does not need to be there. He needs to be elevated. And that little ledge up there gives him great line of sight to his team. It makes him safe, allows him to do damage from elevated position, it makes him harder to hit. So, yeah, I probably need to make a video about that spot. Alright, so again, this is, he doesn't want to be here. This is all no bueno. Now he has his ultimate though, and I really like how he keeps announcing that his ultimate is ready. That's really good. I love that. I love seeing that on Lucio's. It's really good. And there you go. So if he was properly elevated, he would not have died to that. But you know, now he knows. Now he should know. Now he should know. Just get up on that ledge. Practice. All right. Now there he goes again. Now it didn't matter this time, but he didn't check to see who was coming back to life. He just kind of sped his Reinhardt up to the battle. Well, his Reinhardt got there fast enough though. But this is really bad. So they lost the point. They don't need to be running in. They're just going to feed the enemy team ultimate. And now the enemy team, because they're feeding the team ultimate, is going to have a better time pushing the next point because now they have their ultimates that much more. So the proper thing to do in that situation is to back off and prepare to defend the second point. Acknowledge that you lost the first. Knowing when you lost the first point is very important. You don't want to feed the enemy team unnecessary ultimate charge. Let's drop the beat. Nice. Now, one way to defend this point I like to use is the little sarcophagus in the middle of this point. You can actually get elevated on that, and you are much harder to hit than if you were just on the ground. And I don't think I've ever seen a Lucio use that. I don't think I've ever seen a Lucio do that besides myself. I'm sure Lucios have used it, but I haven't seen it. I literally have not seen it. So obviously he's not using it, but that's okay. That's okay. Alright, so now the position here, when you are not, so if you're on the ground, it's because you want to do damage. That's the only reason you need to be on the ground at this point. So he needs to be using the pillars to be weaving in and out of cover, you know, doing that whole thing like that. Quarter peeking or peeking out, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. He needs to be doing that. Now, if he's not going to be doing damage, then he needs to be elevated, and the great place to be elevated is off to the left, up on that pillar. I don't know if you guys know about that. You know, you kind of circle around the pillars, and then you can get on top of this, you know, this little top thing up in the corner here, and just kind of stay up there if you're not going to be doing damage. And then you can just jump off of that thing. Not only can, if the enemy team pushes, you can just shoot down from a safe location, or if you need to, you can jump down, or you can ult from up there as well, and have a great line of sight to your team, and then you can jump on the point and just rush to the sarcophagus in the middle and start jumping on the sarcophagus if you need to. Now this is a question. I'd actually would be elevated in this situation, just because his damage is not really going to be that much of a help. Now he's trying to hide. Oh, he got lucky there. Nice. He somehow survived. Oh, Zarya. Alright, now this is a time where it's alright to do damage because you can finish her off. There you go, that's what I like to see. Punch! Falcon! Punch! Because she was low, and she didn't have any backup, so that was a good time to finish her off. But most of the time, you don't really want to be doing damage. There goes the Reaper. And he's on the ground, so he got smashed. On the ground, so he got smashed. And Reaper got 2 kills there. I mean, they can push off of those kills. Reaper got 3 kills. Reaper going in. Reaper going, oh, but his team is doing work. His team is doing work. Yeah. All right, so this is improper positioning on this map. Come get your armor. Need some armor. Oh, he's got his ult. My ultimate is ready. Oh, I love this. This guy was a boss, constantly announcing that. I love seeing that. Let's break it down. Get ult. Get ult. Decent ult. That could have been... I'm not sure whether or not he actually needed to ult there. I would have looked around first just to see whether or not anyone actually was getting hurt. But the thing is, they had a Pharah. And Pharah does their damage so fast that oftentimes she will kill you and some of your teammates before your ultimate actually activates if you do it in reaction to her ulting. Since she knows they have a Pharah, then it's decent to ult preemptively just to avoid potentially the Pharah wipe, because she can kill your if she's that close and your team is trapped in a Zarya ult, she can kill you in like a half a second. That's like she can kill you before your ultimate actually hits the ground. So that was decent. I'm not sure whether or not he probably just ulted because he was caught in a Zarya ult, which is what a lot of people do. Sometimes that's actually not very effective, but when they have a Pharah or a Reinhardt, then yeah, I definitely do that. Just because, again, they can kill you before you ult. You know, better be safe. Rather be safe than sorry. If you suspect that the enemy team has their ultimate and combos off a Zarya ult, that could save dropping your ultimate could save your team's life. Woo, that was close. All right, so he was just on the ground there. Again, you want to be elevated. All right, now he doesn't need to be on the point right here because his team members are on the point. If one member of your team is contesting that point, you don't need to be on it. So he could have kind of like saved his health there, and then once the ally on the point died, then he'd run in. But you know, looks like they're gonna win anyway. Yeah. GG. GG. So this was Hollow May Contain Games. Thanks for submitting the gameplay. Again, if you have gameplay to submit, send it to the comment section of my video, and I may get to it. So thanks for watching. Hope that helped. This has been ProfessorGanymede. Class dismissed.